Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Good morning, friends. Welcome back. Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. It is really quiet in the Market Grill Express. I love nothing more than when we're getting ready to do the show. And it seems like for whatever reason, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, there's a lot of people in here having breakfast. Maybe Monday, kind of like a slow start to the week. So here's what I'm saying. If you're watching and you're looking for a place to grab breakfast and you want to see what the back of my head looks like, or you could sit right here. I've got a couple of tables. I'd love to have you. And you could see what the front of my face looks like. I think my neck got sunburned this weekend. We would love to have you here in the Market Grill Express. And you can watch the show as it happens Monday through Friday at 8:30 in the morning. So it's good to be with you. As we're sitting in here, I'm looking outside, glancing at the weather, and we'll take a peek at the Lutheran Living Senior Campus weather forecast. Today it says partly cloudy, a high of 79. Chance for rain tonight, a low of 55. 55. Did you hear what I said? 55, y'all. And then tomorrow, chance for rain, high of 75. I'm here to tell you, this past Saturday morning, we were at the farmers market downtown Muscatine, and my friend Cindy Carver, who we were just talking about before we started with the rendezvous, was there at the farmers market, and she had a blanket on, and I was like, a day ago, it was like 98 degrees. Like, that's Iowa, okay? One day prior, it was like 98 degrees, and then Saturday morning at the farmers market, blanket on. So that's, I out of all the reasons and ways that I love Iowa, the never, no surprise with the weather. And I'm okay with how it was this weekend. It was really nice. So I hope you had a good weekend. Today at the store, I have two deals I want to mention. Both make my Monday opportunities. So we can talk about this one that Hy-Vee as a company is doing. One day, couple of really fun deals on there, from cookies to eggs, and even some ground beef as well, Fritos. So this is online. You can see the prices are good for today only, the 31st of August. Really weird that today's the last day of August. Like, it's almost hard to believe. And then on the local level, we're giving you a chance to save on your fuel saver with everything you purchase in the produce department today. So you'll earn 10 cents off per gallon with every 15 bucks you spend. So maybe you need to pick up some asparagus or watermelon or whatever the case, any produce in the produce department. Spend more, save more right here. So essentially your car will be, powered by broccoli if you'll have it, or whatever you prefer. Maybe you're like Brad and you like Brussels sprouts for whatever. I just found out that my neighbors in the garden that's in my backyard are growing Brussels sprouts, and I almost threw up when I saw them. Lorna Haskin was like, "Those are Brussels sprouts," and I was like, excuse me. Ugh. I meant to say I love Brussels sprouts because I didn't know what it was, because it's a weird-looking plant. Brad saying add the cheese sauce on there. All right, Brad. Chef Brad over here. Put the cheese sauce on everything. All right. I'm just going to go out to the garden with a thing of cheese and just pop a Brussels sprout out. Anyways, how about just a comment on the weekend? I told you, I think I got sunburned. Friday night, tough loss for the Muscatine Muskie football team in their first game on the road at North Scott. They were shut out. Muskie's back in action this Friday. We'll talk more about that. And then I just want to mention two things. This Sunday, September 6th, I'll be in Wilton as part of the Muscatine County Freedom Rock dedication ceremony. I get to MC this event. I'm very flattered and thankful to my friend Ted Maroff for having me. I would love to see you on Sunday. This is for all servicemen and women across Muscatine County. It's a beautiful hand-painted giant rock in Wilton near the old train station. They've got live music. They've got Quickies gourmet tacos. I didn't know Quickies were going to be there. Those tacos are unreal. Holy moly, those tacos are good. And listen, this is going to be really exciting. It's been a lot of work. There are over 500 pavers put in place that recognize folks that have proudly served their country. It'll be probably an emotional place to visit, but nevertheless, would love to see you on Sunday. And our friend Ted Maroff will be here later in the week to talk about it. I hope he has some type of script for me. I don't know. Otherwise, I'll just show up and I'll be fine. But I'm looking forward to it this Sunday in Wilton. And then the last thing I'll say is, as we're sitting here, we have drive-through flu shots going on in the parking lot. If you're interested in getting the flu shot, you don't have to get out of your car. You can do it just by driving through, right? So you go into the parking lot, stop by the little red shed. They'll get you checked in. You'll pull up to the front of the building. Pharmacist will come out, give you the old flu shot. I don't know if you stick your arm out the window, like stick the arm out, they give you the flu shot, and then a 20-cent fuel saver. So please take advantage of that while you can. All right, speaking of events happening this weekend, and it must have been on purpose that Lefty and the Spinners and Mad Marvs got together and they thought, well, we know Tony Tone's birthday is Saturday, September 5th. We should throw a big party for this guy. And I'm so happy that Paul Elsoff and Scott Hendricks are here to talk about the Tony Tone birthday celebration, as it's known. Thank you guys for coming. I saved that because I didn't want to tell you that before we started, because then you wouldn't have looked as surprised. You did not know it was my birthday, and you thought,
well, we did.
We're going to do this.
We were going to surprise you with that.
Oh, you were? Oh, okay.
Now you're blowing
I ruined the surprise.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, Scott. First time on the show. Thanks for being here.
Good to be here. Thank you.
You are Lefty, as it's known, right?
Yeah.
That is like amazing. It's really cool. You know, we've talked about this band and the different events that have happened and the exciting news. And Lieutenant Greg Bach is watching with us. So I'm really glad that you're here. And I want to start. And no offense to Paul. Paul's been here several times, but I want to get your story, Scott. So what was it? Was it early on that the music bug bit you? Because you ended up being a police officer for a long time in Muscatine, which is awesome. And we appreciate your service there. But what was it that brought you to music?
Well, actually, all of us in the band had played in previous bands in high school early on. And I was out at the college, and the band I had been in before, guys went away to school, and so I wanted to start another one, and I got with some guys from Columbus Junction, Ron Clark, Dave Hansen, Tim Coughlin, and we got together and said, we're just going to play oldies and see what happens.
Yeah.
And that went on for a couple of years, and then some of them went away to school again, different places, and Bob Guy had come home from the Army that year, and he joined us. And then Bobby and I got with Paul and Wayne Stewart and started up again. So and this all just kind of evolved from that.
So has Lefty been your nickname forever, or what? What's the story?
No, just since the band started.
Just as the band. But is there okay, see, this is what I was worried about because I don't know this story, and Scott's reaction was like, "Oh boy, is it safe to say on the air?" Okay, perfect.
Sure. When I was working out at the college, I worked down at Pate's Super Value.
Okay.
And there was a guy there named Ron Smith.
Yeah.
And we were talking, and I said, we're starting an oldies band, old rock and roll type band. And he said, well, you need a name that sounds old and rock and rolly. He said, well, you're left-handed, so you be Lefty, and then you need something lefty and spinners like on wheel covers for sports cars and Corvettes, stuff like that.
That's how it happened?
That's how it happened.
That's
he
fantastic.
Said, Lefty and the Spinners, how about that? And I said, well, I'll talk to the guys.
Yeah.
And they said, yeah, okay. So just kind of.
So you mean to tell me that guys in a band agreed on something? Mm-hmm. Wow. And a name is a big deal.
It still happens occasionally.
So Paul, you've known Scott for how long? Have you done the math?
70,
close to 50 years.
1970.
Yeah.
I actually started running with him because he mentioned the name Tim Coughlin.
Yeah.
Just the very first lead guitarist. And Tim went to school with me, otherwise they must invite me to their dances. And I would get up and perform part-time for a few songs.
Yep.
And that's where it started. And mind you, right now, the start of the school year, 50 years ago, it's right now that he started that.
That's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it was in the fall.
I mean,
70s.
when you think about the different shows and events that you were able to do over the years, and then to kind of come back around with the 50th anniversary, I mean, it all kind of came together nicely, didn't it? I mean, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, maybe that wasn't in the in the thought process. But
no, not at all.
It's really kind of magical. Pandemic aside, I mean, everything started to come together, and people were super excited to see Lefty and the Spinners again. And was it that show at the Salvation Army that was that the first? No, it was the
Sycamore Street.
The Sycamore Street, right? The shop with a cop
For Dr. Bark.
with our So Brad Bark, that was, and it was hot, of course, right?
Paul
Was that?
did
Did
that.
you think maybe we should? Is that the show that did it for you guys? Was there any hesitation?
After Paul talked us
Yeah.
into doing that,
Uh-huh.
and he talked us into doing it, we got together and started practicing for it. And after about the third practice, we were all just kind of hooked on playing again.
I think what's interesting, Scott, and a couple people saying hi, I don't want to neglect, Captain Quinn Reese, my neighbor, Muscatine County Sheriff's Office, says, "Morning, fellas." Lieutenant Greg Bach says, "What's up, Paul and Scott?" So I don't want to neglect any comments that are coming in. But I think what's interesting is, Scott, you mentioned when you started the band, you wanted to play oldies. So if we're talking about 1969, 70, 71,
Well, it
were
was
you
actually
dipping in-
it was almost top 40 then.
Right. So were you going? Was the early playlist primarily stuff from the 50s into the 60s?
60s.
60s. Okay.
60s
So-
top 40, and we haven't learned it yet, so we're still playing it.
well, you've
We'll
gotten
get
better.
it. We'll get it someday.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress.
For the 75th anniversary, that's when we hope to get everything nice and tight. So what's interesting for people that are watching is Paul's been on, Wayne's been on. We've talked about shows. Things have gotten moved around with this stinking pandemic. You had an unbelievable turnout in July at Arden Creek. Second biggest event ever at Arden Creek besides Ragbri. Super cool. And this Saturday, there's
Thank
a
you.
picture, by the way. This Saturday, September 5th, is on paper the last scheduled show for 2020. Now that could change, but is that correct, fellas? If folks want to see Lefty and the Spinners,
So far, yeah.
September 5th.
Correct.
Probably
Okay.
is.
Everything else that we had booked has canceled over issues with the virus, including, although we are inducted into the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Yes.
including the induction ceremony that was always Labor Day weekend, is annually. And that's been rescheduled to Memorial Day weekend of 2021 now.
Awesome.
But yes, this is the last event booked for this year unless something new comes up, and we can work out details with someone for that.
So Mad Marv's Place in Fruitland, awesome wings. Been there several times. My father-in-law lives hop, skip, and jump down the street from there. How did this show come to be? There's kind of a good story behind it. And Chad, let's leave that on the screen for a second because I want to talk about the $10 cover fee. Paul and Scott were giving me a little insight before we started. So this show kind of came together. I don't want to say quickly, but
Well, a
little bit.
It more or less
Yeah.
did, because when everything else canceled, I thought, well, I wonder if Mad Marv would like to do something and kind of open that up to the public and have a good old-fashioned street dance and give him an opportunity to have an end of summer blowout.
Yep,
if you will.
absolutely.
And so I called him up and went over and spoke to him, and I said everything else is canceled. He had wanted to book it before, but we were getting so many requests that we were bottlenecking,
sure.
and it was going to be too frequent and too short of time.
Nobody would have complained about too much Lefty and the
well,
Spinners. Guys, come on.
Well, we want to be fair to every event.
Gotcha.
And so we had held him off till maybe later in the year or
Okay.
next year. But I went to him and I said, everything else is canceled, so now's your opportunity if you want to try something. So I actually went with Marv to the last Fruitland City Council meeting.
Nice.
And supported him in his request to close Center Street in front of his restaurant.
Excellent.
And they've voted an approval for it. You know, we told them what it was going to be and what it was for. And
So, Scott, how many rehearsals have we done ahead of this show? Because you guys get together still, and I think that's important to note, even though you've been doing it for 50 years.
No,
There's
we've
still
been-
time to rehearse and prepare for gigs, right?
We try to get together every week since Sycamore Street last summer.
Wow.
So
That is awesome. Now, with respects to, and again, this event, and I'll touch on this and then I'll ask this question. This Saturday, $10 cover fee. You guys were saying that a portion from each $10 is going where?
Okay, Marv came up with the $10 fee. He asked what other locations had been charging and asked about Arden Creek in particular. And that was $10, and 16 and under were free.
Yep.
And so he did the same thing. And I left and went home and started notifying the other guys that he'll confirm it with me shortly, but looks like we may have a Saturday night event. And my phone rang, and it was Marv, and he said, you know what? This has been a heck of a year for all small businesses. But I'm going to turn this back on to the organizations that have had to cancel their own events. So $2 off the top of the $10 will go to the Fruitland Lions Club All Veterans Memorial Fund.
Awesome.
And after that, he said another $2 off the top of that for every gate fee is going to go to the Fruitland Volunteer Fire Department as a donation
It's fantastic.
for equipment.
Yeah, that's a
So-
big deal.
Yeah, this
For a
is
business owner who could just very easily keep the $10 to do that. So shout out to Mad Marv for understanding the importance of that memorial, and of
exactly,
course
yeah.
when you call 911 and you need fire assistance in the Fruitland area,
Yep.
that's a volunteer fire department that's going to come to your aid.
That's how that
Yeah.
developed, and Marv knew what we had charged for some of the benefits.
Sure.
And I said, here's your fee, because he's a commercial enterprise.
Sure.
Well, before he let me know about the deduction,
Right.
the contribution, he says, well, you know, with this COVID, Mad Marv's hasn't been that profitable, so we're kind of a not-for-profit this year.
That's a good bar owner response.
I said,
Yeah.
nice try, Marv, but it's not going to work.
Well, maybe you could use it as a write-off. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the set list, the playlist, Scott, that always interests me when you put something together. Obviously, folks are going to come to the show Saturday, September 5th. Starts at 7, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Gate opens at 6.
Okay, gate at 6, show at 7. They'll know the majority of your playlist. But with that being said, Scott, has the playlist, have you added songs? Have you tweaked things maybe over the last year since the Sycamore event? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've moved some stuff around.
Cool.
We've added some stuff to it. But it's basically, most of them are things that people will remember.
Yeah.
And our crowd this last year that we got back together has changed from a big dancing crowd to a decent dancing crowd.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just sitting and watching.
Yeah.
And it's neat.
Sure.
It really is. I thought it might bother us for a while, because we always felt like if they're out there dancing, then they're really
Sure.
getting with it, and we're having a big time. And,
Yeah.
But it's neat to see them sitting in the chairs, just going back and forth, or tapping their foot, or singing along, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Right.
And they know all the songs, or they recognize them. They might not know who did them, but they remember most of them.
They know the words.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible? And that's what I was going to say. Certainly, these songs are timeless. And I love here at the store, we have 2 hours a day where the hour goes straight 60s. And it's Dion, and it's all, it's all these songs that I grew up listening to because my dad always had the radio on. But I wonder, from your perspective, when you look out at the crowd, you're getting a very diverse crowd, age-wise, certainly
People with their
family-friendly
kids,
show.
grandkids.
Right.
There's at least 3 generations
Yeah.
out there, and they all know the music.
And that's what I think is so great. You're not
Yeah.
talking about, not that music is offensive, and I don't mean that, but you're talking about an era of music, a time in music when songs were 2.5 to 3.5 minutes long, most of them upbeat,
Yeah.
catchy, fun, feel good.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Correct.
we're not doing a lot of heavy, slow songs, right? We're
No,
not-
no.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a really good time. You guys certainly know what you're doing, so you know how to play to the crowd. But what's so great is that this last year, there have been people that have been able to see Lefty and the Spinners that maybe hadn't had
Never
the
did.
chance.
Yeah,
right.
correct.
And then there's
Correct.
people that were probably there in '71.
Right.
In
There
72
are.
and 73 that were like, holy cow, I can't believe we're still doing it. It's fantastic.
Scott had mentioned in a print interview that we did here locally that what's unique about this is we look over the crowd, and we find an older couple that said that we had played for their wedding reception.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then in a number of years later, we played for their wedding anniversary. And then a number of years later, we played for their kids' weddings receptions.
So great.
And all these people are all together out there.
Yeah.
These are family events, truly family events.
I mean, you're really talking about, and great story, by the way. There it is right there, the one from the Journal. I mean, yes, you know, you don't get to be that successful and have that kind of longevity if you don't do the right thing consistently, from benefits to, you know, family get-togethers and then all the other shows. I would love to see Lefty and the Spinners play one of the Almost Friday Fest events. You know, that was a deal that got really put on the back burner, and they had one last week, and they're trying to have one September 24th. But and I don't know if you're entertaining bookings into 2021, but I would love to see it, and I know, I know the bookers, by the way.
If you recall last interview with you,
you did break some news. Didn't
we
you?
gave you the exclusive that we're going to continue into next year and see where this goes. Well, now I'm glad that we did, because everything else canceled.
Right, you almost have to.
Maybe next year will be better.
2021 might be more. You might have more gigs in 2021. Do you think so? For people, and by the way, if you're watching and you want to book Lefty and the Spinners between September 5th and, I mean, I'm thinking, and again, I know the pandemic is going on. Could somebody have a New Year's Eve event? Could the Merrill Hotel or someplace that's, you know, not outside, because we're talking about New Year's in Iowa, a little bit cold, right? You know, there's a lot of opportunities, I feel like, throughout Muscatine County to have Lefty and the Spinners show. Reach out, have the conversation. But so yes is the answer. Continuing into 2021.
Yeah, we'd love to do it.
One thing I can say is we have an avant-garde friend in Doug Holliday, who's he's a retired county employee, but he also serves on the County Board of Supervisors, and his committee charge is the Muscatine County Fair, something near and dear to him.
Awesome.
He's been working with the new fair board, and they're trying to find a way to get us in out there and do something at the fairgrounds. So that's a possibility that has come up. And last February, during winter, we were at the Army Reserve Center for the Fruitland Lions Club.
Big turnout.
Big building, wonderful building, and it's heated. And events can happen. There are places big enough. Big and small.
I mean, Scott, do you have, looking back, are there, I mean, obviously every show is special and different, but were there any particular venues that Lefty and the Spinners got to play, whether it was in the county or outside of town, that, you know, I'm sure you played intimate settings where people were
little bitty places. One of the ones I really liked was the Call Ballroom.
The Call Ball, that's a special place.
Huge room, huge stage,
the
great
River
acoustics.
Center.
The River Center in Davenport.
The Call is magical, isn't it?
It was.
There's so much history in that place.
It was great.
So, so what's cool is that, oh wait, hold on, there's a comment I don't want to miss. Look at this. Christine Williams, 1989, Lefty and the Spinners played at my wedding reception at the Holiday Inn in Muscatine.
There you go. Christine.
That's fantastic. Would Lefty and the Spinners play, not that I want to take money out of my pocket as a wedding DJ, but, I mean, if people were interested, Lefty and the Spinners play a wedding in 2020 or 2021? Would you do a wedding?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
Hey, listen, if the check cashes, they might do it, right? Not that it's about that, but also, I mean, that's unbelievable, Christine. That's such a great story. Weddings, I love it. So this band,
she told me that once. We were texting each other. She helps with Fruitland Fun Days.
That's fantastic.
And she mentioned that we played for their reception.
This is great. Oh my gosh, Mark Lawrence. All right, I'm going to read this comment carefully.
That's Mark. Read it carefully.
I know. I'm editing it right now. Mark says, "Be careful, Scott. Paul is losing all that weight so he can be the new sex appeal of the band." So
he already is.
Listen, here's the thing. That's the comment as it was written. Lieutenant Greg Box says, a Rock the Red Kettle concert. Maybe there'll be an opportunity to do another show with the Salvation Army.
That was a good one down there.
That's coming up for Christmas. And Greg has already mentioned
in November.
Oh, this is happening.
No, just discussion.
Okay, possibility. All right. I don't know how much breaking news I can handle from this band on this show.
It went good last year, but right now our gym is full of food and supplies
Right.
and things with everything that they're distributing
All
to
the
the
food
public.
drives, yeah.
So they really don't. I don't know if it'll be cleared out by
It's
then
been
or
a
not.
wild year, guys, hasn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you that you could almost do an October outdoor event in the Salvation Army parking lot. There's so much space, but I don't want to sign Lieutenant Bach up for anything.
He has mentioned that.
Has he?
Yes.
Well,
We
Yeah.
we have also mentioned possibly putting on a car show right here at Hy-Vee, and us setting up for a couple hours out
yeah.
there.
Did you read my mind? September
No.
19th, there might be something coming down the
No.
pike. Okay.
I'm like,
That would be pretty cool.
We had a meeting and
Yeah.
threw that out as our own possibility.
Well, September 19th, I think that's a hot take coming out of. We're trying to plan something.
Really?
We'll be in touch on that.
Wow.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. This band is fantastic, and you got a chance to see them this Saturday, September 5th at Mad Marv's. But outside of that, if you're connected to an organization or a venue that has the space and an idea, have a conversation with them, because there have been so many moving parts to this year. It would be great to be able to continue. And I'm not, trying to book the band every Saturday, but certainly if there were a gig in October, November, and then maybe New Year's, I don't know. I just want to see it happen. And Paul's talked about this, but Scott, for you, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, what were the emotions like? Did you think it was going to happen?
No.
When you first heard
Hadn't-
about it, did you think?
No.
Because you're very humble, laid
hadn't
back.
crossed my mind
Yeah.
at all.
Sure.
And Paul gathered up all the information from. I had a lot of stuff. Wayne had a lot of stuff, and everything was verified and documented. And then someone turned it in to them, and we got called about it. They contacted Paul.
Sure.
So he had all the details, and I said, "Oh, okay, great."
Unbelievable honor, right? I mean,
Yes.
it's exclusive
There's only
company.
been a few in this
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, not a lot of people can say they're in a Hall of Fame, let alone a rock
Well,
and
there's
roll Hall.
4 Muscatine area bands that,
Yeah.
that are now. Yep. And I'm gonna go this route again with another exclusive for you.
Oh, okay. I'm ready.
We had a long-term music store here in town called Muskie Music.
Yes. Yep.
It first started in 1960 as the George Dunker Studio.
Yep.
Then in '69, they bought a brick and mortar store on Cedar Street, and were there until they bought the Lincoln Center School building, the old Lincoln School,
Yeah.
and turned that into the new Muskie Music, and served all of these musicians for years and years and years. We all bought equipment there.
A lot.
And 4 of the bands with all these musicians that bought equipment from them and had service done by them
Sure.
were treated like kings by them.
Sure.
All made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Wow.
I just nominated Muskie Music for the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall
That's
of Fame.
cool.
The nomination is submitted.
Yeah.
We won't know anything until, like us, the first week or second week of January. But Bill Stewart,
yeah.
Daryl Hepker, and George Dunker,
Yeah.
the 3 of them have been nominated under the music store for the historical endeavor they had with all the musicians that
Yeah.
are also. And how much more fitting and proper could that be for someone
It's
deserving?
great. Yeah. I mean, they supported so many.
So many musicians. George even gave so many of them lessons, guitar
Yeah.
lessons.
Taught them how to play. Sure.
Isn't that
Yeah.
unbelievable? Yeah, there's so many people that probably got that first instrument
Yeah.
from Muskie Music.
I
and maybe
did-
pursued it as a hobby or an interest or.
Exactly.
Wow.
I got that submitted last week, and
Yeah.
they receded to me that they've received it, and it's in the
Nice.
process now, under review.
That's a big deal.
It is.
So maybe even more news coming out of the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall
Right.
of Fame with
Yeah.
Muscatine
Yep,
connections.
for Muscatine Connection.
Christine on Facebook says, we were having such a great time at our reception that my dad paid them more money on the spot to play for an hour longer. So many
Another
great
hour.
memories. That's awesome. So Lefty and the Spinners will also play later. Again, pass the hat.
It had happened,
Maybe the
yes.
Saturday show doesn't have to end till Sunday. I don't know. I'm not here. Listen, it's my birthday. I'll say when it's going to end. It'll end at midnight. So yeah, I just Lieutenant Greg Bach says we'll clear that right out. It will happen with respects to having a show inside the Salvation Army gym. All right, well, a lot of things are getting accomplished on the show this morning.
Yeah.
Well, we owe you quite a debt of gratitude, by the way, for what you are doing for the small businesses in
Oh,
Muscatine County,
thank you
in the
for saying
outlying
that.
community.
Yeah.
By virtue of this
Sure.
this show that you do, you have helped shine the light on so many businesses that do need the help right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I think, listen, nobody could have predicted this pandemic happening in the ramifications. Certainly seeing some other counties in Iowa
Right.
re-shutting down. I don't think Muscatine, a lot of businesses in our county could survive another round of shutdown. So I'm
Correct.
hopeful, fingers crossed, that
Yep.
that doesn't happen. So in the meanwhile, I would love to see 500 people on Saturday at Mad Marv's, socially distanced, give yourself some space, have a good time, bring a chair.
Lawn
you
chairs.
know,
Yeah.
bring your dancing shoes. And Mad Marv's is one of those businesses that's been around for a while. It was one of those places that when my wife and I started dating, she's like, well, everybody goes, it's Mad Marv's. But there's all those, right when you start to come into a town, they're like, well, you got to go this place and this place and this
Yeah.
place. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a great time. You've certainly proven to be able to draw great crowds. And people need things like this Saturday. Right?
People are ready.
People are
Yeah.
ready. And
People are ready.
I saw that at the farmers market the last 2 Saturdays, just being down there.
I've had a lady contacted me 2 days ago and inquired about, since the kids are going to be there, will they be offering soft drinks
Yeah.
and what have you? And I said I was absolutely told there'll be soft drinks and water
Yeah.
for sale outside.
Awesome.
And they'll be selling his beer outside.
Right, sure.
If you want a mixed drink, you have to go inside.
Yeah.
But
Family
we-
friendly.
Yeah, we want to
Yeah.
take care of the kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and it's going to be such a good time, and I hope that for the sake of the band continuing, willing to continue to play into 2021, that for people that are watching, hey, make that conversation happen so that you can come back on and talk about the shows that are coming down the pike, because that's what we need.
We're both on Facebook under our names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're available.
Yeah, we
Just
got to get a
send a
Lefty
message.
and the Spinners Facebook page, right? Don't you think? A Facebook page for the
We haven't
band?
created a new one.
People
They had
could
an
hit
old one.
like.
There was an old one, but
I'm not
it's-
trying to
it's
give you more
gone
work.
defunct, but
Yeah.
it could happen.
And
yeah.
I'm not trying to say that either of you are retired or have a lot of time on your hands, because that would be not true, because Scott is down at Salvation Army and Paul is busy. I'm not saying that, but maybe somebody could create a page and then, not that you do a great job of promoting, that's for sure, but could you imagine how many people would like that and share memories and pictures? And
Yeah,
That would be kinda neat.
Holy
that'd
moly.
that'd be more important to me than anything.
Yeah.
The memories.
Right. All right. Well, more memories are going to be made this Saturday, September 5th, outside. Gates at 6, live music at 7 till
7 to 10.
7 to 10
Yeah.
on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Or unless there's an ordinance that says no live music after 10. We'll see. Well, I'm sure the city of Fruitland would be okay. 3-hour show. That's a lot of music.
Well, the mayor has been coming to our shows.
Yeah.
And he lives right across the street.
Perfect.
Where we're playing.
So you should
We
be
got to
okay
keep him
with-
happy, right?
You can crank the amps up to 11 maybe that night. Lefty and the Spinners.
Thanks.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
No.
Thanks for your professionalism once again, and for everything you do, and this professional production crew that you have in your studio here.
Yeah.
They're
They do
just
the
top
work.
notch. Everything goes flawlessly
Right.
out here.
All you have to do is show up and talk. That's it.
Yeah.
I got
They're
it
doing
made.
all the work.
They are. They are. I'm not afraid to admit. I'm just, happy to be here, and I want people to come out on Saturday. I know it's going to be a good time. $10, but just keep in mind, $2 from that 10 is going to the Fruitland All Veterans Memorial, and another $2 going to the Fruitland Volunteer Fire Department. Volunteers.
Yep.
Unbelievable group. They had a lot of success a couple weeks ago. They had some concession vendors down there, and I know that went well, but you can always use more resources for. And then, by the way, pretty cool chance to win. I don't want to neglect that. Patriotic. What is that, Chad? Patriotic quilt.
It's a quilt,
And
and
then,
then the eagle.
the eagle. Yeah.
Like a statue.
display. Yeah,
That's excellent.
those are raffles for the Lions Club.
Awesome. So check that out while you're there, and you're going to have a good time with Lefty and the Spinners, Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame members. And if you're interested in talking to the guys about potentially an idea that you have for an event, or maybe it's a wedding, reach out. I think, like I said, I would love to see Almost Friday Fest next year. I have to imagine that Diane and the crew at Arden Creek were like, let's get a date for 2021. because of how well that went. So it's really exciting, and it's great talking to both of you. And Paul, I said, Paul, we got to get Scott. So Paul made Scott happen.
It took a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and that's what's so great. Both of you had careers in law enforcement and this band,
Right.
and care about the community and give back in a variety of ways. It's such a great story, right? You know, you've worn all these different hats, and then you get together and you rock. I mean, that's, you know, and you've done it for several years, and everybody still gets along. I still can't believe the story of the band name.
Oh, yeah,
and how
just
that came to pass.
Quick and easy guy
Yeah.
I worked with. Right? Well, how about this? You know?
Right.
So.
And nobody tried to branch off and start like righty in the spinners or anything like that, right? No, okay. Don't get any ideas out there. All right, I'll trademark that right now so that nobody can use it. Lefty in the spinners, the real deal. That's going to be Brad's band. Righty and come on, Brad. I know you're playing the tambourine back there. Well, thank you guys again. I appreciate it. And let's get ready to rock on Saturday.
All right.
What do you think?
Thank you.
Come on out.
Thank you. I'd like to
Lefty
see a
and the
lot of
Spinners.
people there.
It will be. It'll be a good time. Don't forget to bring your chair, otherwise you'll be sitting on the street.
Yeah.
Or you
That's
just
right.
dance, or don't bring a chair because
Yes.
you're going to dance the whole
That's right.
time.
And the weather's going to be perfect.
It is. It is. The forecast says beautiful on Saturday if you check, and it's not just because it's my birthday. All right, Lefty and the Spinners this Saturday, September 5th, outside at Mad Marv's. Check this show out. And we're going to check out some breakfast right now on the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, hopefully to make you hungry, because that's what we're trying to do. Yep, that'll make you hungry right there. You've got a hearty breakfast on the screen with some sausage and eggs and hash browns and toast and the world's biggest glass of milk ever. Holy moly, that is a lot of milk right there. Check that out. Some maybe an apple and a peach in the mix, and some good-looking items from the Hy-Vee floral shop. So get ready to have a good time this Saturday. Thank you, guys. I'm so glad you did this. Thank you very much. Lefty and the Spinners, Saturday, September 5th, outside at Mad Mars. It almost sounds like a radio commercial. You could do it, right? That'll be fun. Those guys are awesome. I know Scott probably didn't want to do it, but I was like, Paul, get him in here. And of course, I can say this now because they walked out. But I'm like, come on, because Scott's, you know, laid back and probably doesn't want the attention, but they're deserving of it. I mean, 50 years of making music, and they're doing these shows that are supporting good causes. Let's have them on. So thank you to those guys. And how about the great stories that people can share in the comments when I mean, isn't that fantastic? They played Christine's wedding. I love that. That does it for me, right? I mean, you hear something like that, it's great. All right, I'm going to mention all this Halloween candy really quick, and then I'll do the Toyota Muscatine What's in the Box, just so I can clear a little space. Listen, I know that we're 2 months from Halloween today, okay? All right? Now, if you're thinking to yourself, Tony, it's too early for Halloween candy, look at me. That is a lie. It is not too early for Halloween candy. I have an abundance of Halloween candy in the store, and I need you fine folks to come and buy it. And did you know that we have glow-in-the-dark Halloween candy? So, not only, because what happens is you get into a bag of Reese's and then it gets dark and you're like, where's my bag of Reese's? I don't want to turn a light on in the kitchen to wake up my family. And you just see this glow and you go, oh, that's my glow-in-the-dark candy. Light up your party, or where are my Reese's? I don't know where I put them. Oh, there they are. I mean, come on, look at this. It shows you on the back how it glows. Oh. Could you imagine if you were like, the next morning your significant other is like, who ate all the Reese's? And you're like, I guess I started sleepwalking and I found the glow-in-the-dark candy. That's an excuse you could use. That's fantastic. Here you go. I mean, this is it, right? Now, I don't like the Almond Joy, but I love a good variety pack. Check that out. 60 pieces. You can keep the Almond Joy. I'm passing on that. Same with the Twizzlers. No offense. I mean, it's just my opinion. I'm not a big Twizzler person. Reese's Pieces in there. That looks awesome. And then we've got the miniature Hershey's. These are always good. Right? Halloween candy. Don't feel bad. Have some Halloween candy. Here's the Reese's Outrageous. Oh, I see what they did. You thought you liked regular Reese's. Well, what if we stuffed a regular Reese's with Reese's Pieces? Who had too much sarsaparilla and thought, you know what we could do? That's usually, I mean, that's a great combination, right? Is there anybody that doesn't like Reese's? What is this one? Is this one green? Frankencup with green colored cream. Awesome. Innovative, right? Does that mean that it tastes different? Is that what it looks like? No, they're decorating that one probably, right? I don't think that's what that looks like, is it? I bet it's green. It looks like it's green on the bottom. But go ahead and get nuts, decorate your Reese's. And then here's some Kit Kats. Everybody loves Kit Kats, right? Yeah. The best is when you open a standard Kit Kat and then you have kids and you break off like one piece and they're like, wait a minute. And you're like, no. Listen, there's 3 of you. I got one Kit Kat and I'm getting a piece. So you're not getting multiple pieces of the Kit Kat. But please buy some Halloween candy. That's fantastic. I'm going to do the Toyota Muscatine What's in the Box really quick, and then there's a couple more Halloween things I want to mention. And you can kind of see that there's a shark and maybe a giraffe over my shoulder. So I'm happy to do this. Toyota Muscatine What's in the Box. By the way, look at how good the box looks itself. Custom paint job by our very own Chris Anderson. You want to airdrop Chad some pictures? It seemed like you were doing some more painting this weekend. The sunflower. I saw that online. All right, so here we go. Toyota Muscatine, What's in the Box? My eyes are closed. Oh, this is candy. Hold on. Let me try and get specific without damaging the product. Is this just one candy bar in here? Yeah? This kind of feels like it's like a brownie or something. Am I close? Ish? Maybe? It's a breakfast bar. Oh, is it like a protein bar? How'd I do? It's a Quest. Yeah, that's not bad. We'll allow it, right? It's a Quest bar. It's maple waffle. Ooh, look at that. With 20 grams of protein. Nice. I love the butter. I love the butter on the waffle. Oh, my gosh. It's got a little hat on with that big old pat of butter. That's great. Yeah, Quest is good stuff. Quest makes those low-carb chips that I like. All right. So I'll do this really quick because we have... No, I'm going to talk about the Halloween stuff. We got time. So this is the coolest... candy dish ever. Look at this. Is this in aisle 6? It's got to be. Look at this. This is their teeth that glow in the dark, and you put your candy in there, and then you're grabbing the candy, and then, maybe the teeth, could they like close down if it feels like you've had enough? These glow in the dark. How cool is that? Look at that. This is the coolest candy bowl ever. So this is in aisle 6 here at the store. Looks like it's maybe $15. It glows in the dark. I love stuff like this. I would have never have noticed this in aisle 6 with all the other fun Halloween stuff. Check that out. All right. Speaking of Halloween stuff, so apparently, are these in aisle 6 as well? Yeah. So apparently in aisle 6 as well, there are a whole bunch of plush masks, and there's several behind me and a couple right here. Now, if you're asking yourself, is Tony going to try those on? I think during a pandemic, I'm not gonna, but I normally would. Plus, I have pretty good hair this morning. I don't want to mess my hair up. These are awesome. So they're $20, and we have a unicorn right here. You can see, throw it on. It's a little comfortable, easy Halloween costume, right? You've got a dinosaur, a little velociraptor or T-Rex action, right? Isn't that cool? Check that out. So that's $20. Very soft, by the way. And then behind me on the bar are a cat. There's a cat. There's a sloth. Right? Just kind of staring off into the distance. There's a shark. And we got looks like a giraffe over there. So check that out, right? Isn't that cool? There's the giraffe. Yep. Oh yeah. Those are cool. So those are all $20, and they're here at the store. And you need one, don't you? I mean, this is like the gift that keeps on giving. If you have kids or grandkids, they think this stuff's hilarious. So again, I'm not gonna try these on, but they are in aisle 6, and that can be super easy, fun for Halloween. I like the dinosaur one. Probably. Well, the shark one's pretty cool too. I like the dinosaur and the shark. Okay, today is the 31st of August. It is National Matchmaker Day. Did you bring a couple together? Were you the matchmaker? maybe. It's also National Trail Mix Day. And do we have trail mix? You better believe it. We got trail mix for I don't know if you don't like trail mix, that's kind of your thing. We've got trail mix for everybody. Look at this. Look at the varieties of trail mix. How much trail mix do you need? Maybe you're the type of person that's going to make your own trail mix. That's okay. If not, look at that. Mountain trail mix, raisin nut. It's great. I like it. It's all there for you. Done, packaged up in the bag. Which one is this? This is the raisin. Yeah, that one's good. I think the mountain one, I would probably, let me see. Ooh, I like the cashew. I'd probably do these guys. These might be my faves right here in no particular order. But I've also had, I think I've also had this one. So there you go. Trail mix day. Now, do you have to go on a trail to enjoy trail mix? No. No, you go for a walk along the river. You know, be hanging out in the backyard. Handful of trail mix. Nobody's going to judge you. Judgment-free zone. And it's South Carolina Day. And is this, oh, we have the map. Yes. I left one of the days off my list. Is that the connection to the that was just wine and spirits item? Okay. Here's a little map. Let's find South Carolina. There we go. Right there. Found it. Boom. Hello, South Carolina. Go ahead, caller. So there's South Carolina. South Carolina Day is today, August 31st. Can you believe it? Tomorrow is September. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's really wild. And I know that I've said that like a lot, but it's true in my opinion, at least. Time has been strange this year, how quickly it's gone by and different things that have happened. Maybe you can't believe tomorrow's September and you need a drink. Here's some Hornitos tequila, a suggestion from Kayleen at Wine and Spirits. This is, oh, are those glasses in there? Oh, that's cool. That's a nice set. Look at that. Limited edition release of the Hornitos tequila. Comes with 2 little shot glasses, maybe. Wow. It's got some artist thing on there, too. Yeah, I was going to say, it has like really cool, oh, look at that. So it has the artist information right here. Meet the shot taker. And then if you flip it around on the back, look at this. That's super cool. And that's just on the box. That's awesome. Hornitos. Limited artist edition release. Cool. Yeah, I like it. Looks like it's from Chicago. Is that what it said? That's cool. And then some plastic shot glasses right there. Not a huge tequila drinker, admittedly, but I do like margaritas. And I feel like there are people that would, offer you a shot of tequila. I bet the Hornitos is very smooth. I haven't had it. I bet it's very smooth. It's got a heck of a packaging on it, that's for sure. And it comes with 2 little glasses. And it's supporting an artist, which is awesome. And then maybe you put your Hornitos in... No, don't do that. Don't put your Hornitos in the Baby Yoda water bottle. That's not good. Okay. These leak-proof Zach water bottles, awesome. Little Baby Yoda action right there. Little Baby Yoda right there. So you got the small one. You got the big one for the Mandalorian fan. I think the Mandalorian is coming back on Disney Plus with season 2 very soon. So if you are a fan or know someone that loves the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, you got merchandise, right? You got a ton of Baby Yoda stuff available for yourself or the Mandalorian fan in your life. Okay, we are going to mention a couple of things, and then we'll get out of here. That was a great conversation. If you just joined us, you are a couple minutes late. We talked to Paul Elshoff and Scott Hendricks, Lefty, with Lefty and the Spinners. Those guys have a show this Saturday. We'll show you the flyer at the very end of the show. I'm going to mention the Make My Monday deals that we have going on here at the store today for Monday, August 31st. With respects to the produce department, with every $15 you spend, we're going to put 10 cents on your fuel saver. And as it says right there, the more you spend, the more you'll save in produce. Awesome opportunity to turn your fruits and vegetables into cheaper gas. And I did a report this morning, and I'm glad that I'm reminding myself. From August 1st until August 30th, Hy-Vee customers at this store have saved $30,404 on gas with their fuel saver. So I ran that report this morning, and that's a real number, $30,404 just by buying things with a fuel saver and then going over to places like Hy-Vee gas and redeeming it. That's exciting. The other Make My Monday deal, some savings in different parts of the store from the bakery with, does that say 10-cent cookies? Oh, my goodness. I think it does. Look at that. 10-cent bakery mini fresh cookies. Whew, how many cookies can you get for 10 cents? Well, how about $10 could get you 100? That's a lot of mini, but it doesn't count because they're mini cookies. So you don't have to feel bad, right? Did I just eat 35 mini cookies? Don't judge me. 35 mini cookies equals, it's like toilet paper math. 35 mini cookies equals 4 regular sized cookies. I don't know. I'm not good at math. Don't come to me for math stuff. Oreo cookies are on there. Frito-Lay's in the mix. Heck of a price on Hy-Vee Chinese single entree meal for just $4.99. Come on, $4.99 is awesome. And then some eggs and fresh ground chuck. Those deals, again, good today only, right here, August 31st at the store. And then we've got today and tomorrow to take advantage of the deals that were on the Hy-Vee ad that were in the newspaper last week. So you can check those out. They will expire after tomorrow right here. So here's the scoop from Hy-Vee orange juice to bananas, and the mums are $5. They got a good looking display outside the store. Hy-Vee sour cream. You can see Powerade still at a great price. Top pork loin chops. I might have to buy some of those. Haven't had pork chops in a while. A lot of New York strip steaks that I bought when they were super cheap that I put in the freezer. Rotisserie chicken, Hy-Vee potato chips, and Pepsi products, 4 for $7.88. Again, those deals are good through tomorrow, so don't miss that. As we're sitting here, you could get a drive-through flu shot. That's going on today because it's Monday. So from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Mondays, you would pull into the parking lot. You would go to the little red Aisles Online shed, check in, and they'll get you taken care of. So listen, you don't have to get out of your car to get a flu shot. So that's a pretty cool deal. Now, we still are doing walk-in flu shots in the store. So that's an option. If you don't want to do the drive-through, you still get the 20-cent fuel saver. Either way, no appointment necessary. The drive-through stuff happens, as it says right there, Monday, Thursday, Saturday. So that's going on as we're sitting here. It's, 9:24 in the morning, everybody. So you can go get a flu shot right now if you want to. They'll get you taken care of, okay? Let's see what else is on the list. How about the hot deals from the front page of the Hy-Vee ad we could show you? So again, these are good through Tuesday night. New hot deals roll out on Monday. Bananas, chicken breast. You can see some Dole premium chopped salad, bone-in pork shoulder, Hy-Vee butter. And you can also see that we are ad busting the Pepsi price. So we're $1 cheaper than the corporate ad. So that's exciting. And those are hot deals. That's how my neck feels. My neck feels hot. I really get sunburn? I was outside a lot yesterday. Like, I really think I did get sunburn, but that's okay. Took like 15,000 steps just walking everywhere. Face masks with Muscatine, L&M, Wilton logos. We still have them in a basket near Register 9. So not a lot of the L&M ones are left. They are made in America. A couple Wilton ones and a decent amount of the Muscatine ones left. If you find yourself needing them, please take them home. They're $7.99 each. And if you have kids that are in school, certainly wearing a face mask is part of their new normal this year. So they're going to go through a lot of masks. You might as well get one with the school logo on it. That's my opinion. We go back to the pharmacy real quick. The shingles shot, just a reminder, if you're over 50 years of age, shingles shot is here. No appointment necessary. Don't want to have to deal with shingles. The Shingrix vaccine is awesome because, you know, people that get shingles will tell you how tough it can be and the toll that it'll take. Not something you want to have to deal with. So please get a hold of the pharmacy, walk in, shingle shot, out the door. That easy. All right. And then the last thing I'll say is the online grocery shopping with Hy-Vee Aisles Online. Again, if you don't want to deal with getting out or having to come into the store, if you're trying to practice social distancing, whatever the case may be, you can shop from your phone. You can shop from your home. You could shop all alone. You could shop with Tony Tone. Hy-Vee.com/grocery or Aisles Online app on your phone or tablet. Download it and start your shopping right now. My buddy Marty is watching, and I went to high school with Marty. That is awesome. I love when I can see who's joining us on Facebook. So hope you're doing well, pal. Shout out to everybody in Oak Park, Illinois, where we went to high school together. That's awesome. All right, so listen, this Saturday, Chad, if we have that flyer, I'd love to show it one more time. We're ready to go with Lefty and the Spinners, newly inducted into the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You maybe missed the interview we had with Paul Elsoff and Scott Hendricks, but you can see Lefty and the Spinners this Saturday outside at Mad Marv's. This is going to be a good time. Gates open at 6, live music at 7, with Lefty and the Spinners coming in hot. Good show, good time, $10. $2 from each ticket going to the Fruitland All Veterans Memorial, $2 from each ticket going to the Fruitland Volunteer Fire Department, and a good time to be had with Lefty and the Spinners. Tomorrow on the show, 1st of September, we'll talk to Judy Brotherton, who is the coordinator for the Muscatine County Crop Walk, and Pat Mundell with the Muscatine County Crop Walk. That event going digital this year, going online. On Wednesday, we'll talk to Paul Marquez, who is in Wilton, artist, doing some cool things up there. And Thursday's guest is TBD. And on Friday, we'll talk to Ted Maroff with the Muscatine County Freedom Rock. Do we have some Chris Anderson art stuff? Chris Anderson adding a sunflower to the mural, 3 of them, to the mural on the wall behind Rule and Rule. Is that correct? Here you go. There it is right there. I saw that on Saturday and Sunday, cruising downtown. So Chris Anderson, local artist, Chris Anderson Artist on Facebook. You can find him. He's the guy that really started the building paintings. He's the OG, if you'll have it, and adding some really cool touches to those angel wings. Do you have a name for that yet? Is it just Angel Wings and Muscatine? Angel Wings and Muscatine. Whoa, look at that. That's super cool. So that'll give you some perspective on the. And then you were painting stuff even higher up, it seems like. Is that correct? Yeah. So this is on the backside of the Rule and Rule building, downtown Muscatine. You can pose in the middle. You can check it out. Good placement on that flower. I like that. Wow, that is. I don't know how you do it, but that looks real. I mean, it's like realistic. Wow, good for you, man. So if you need anything painted, this is your guy. He's right here. You want, like, you know, like I always said, Batman logo on my garage door. I'm so tempted. I mean, what am I going to get kicked out of the neighborhood? I think it'd be a conversation piece, right? Yeah, he's saying a couple hours could have it done. I should just do it. My wife keeps asking, what do you want for your birthday? What about this? What if we paint the Batman logo on the garage door, and then every time it opens, it feels like you're driving into the Batcave? Just kidding. It's a garage with a whole bunch of kids' stuff in it, but close. Thank you to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine and Lutheran Living Senior Campus. Again, please rewatch the show if you missed it. Paul Elsoff, Scott Hendricks did a fantastic job talking Lefty and the Spinners this Saturday. Live music, September 5th, 7 till 10 at Mad Marv's. I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30. Thank you for watching the show. Take care. Bye.
Watching Hy-Vee today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.